Okay, y'all, it's time for another Norwex unboxing. Honestly, I have lost count. That's terrible. What does that say about the number of boxes that I've received if I have lost count? I think that this is box number 10, but if I'm wrong, I'll correct it in the information box. But here it is. It's another Norwex unboxing. This is the last one that I have from last month's sale. And let's see. I think I remember some of the things that are in it. Some of these maybe some repeats from some of the other boxes because I think I just was like, oh, they're still on sale at the last minute. I wanted to get a few more. Come on now. Wow. This is, woo. This is a legitimate unboxing, and I'm here struggling to get it open. Wowee. Well, they taped it really well. That is for sure. Okay. Here we go. Let's get the packing slip out of the way. All right. What do we got here? I know one thing. I know that's why it's such a big box. If you've heard me talk about it before, sorry, not sorry, because I love it. All right, here comes the crinkling. Woo! All right. Okay, well, this might give it away. But let's start with something else. Okay, this is my free Envirocloth. That was part of last month's sale. You get a free Envirocloth when you ordered a couple of sale items. This is actually one of the new spring colors. What is this called? It's terrible that I don't know, but I will put it in the description box. But it's covered up right here, but it's the Envirocloth. And let's take it out of the package. Let's see. Okay, and all right, this is the Envirocloth, but yeah, and here it says right here, Envirocloth. This cloth is the sort of foundational piece for the Norwex line. It looks just like a square. What is that? It's just a square. Who cares? You should care. This is the premium microfiber. Why is it premium? Well, for one, not only is there a 2-year warranty on this, and you don't get that with just your average everyday microfiber, but more importantly is the surface area. The size of this microfiber is 1/200th the size of a human hair. That's right. You could fit a stack of 200 microfibers in the size of one human hair. That's teeny tiny, y'all. That means there's a lot of surface area for grabbing all that gunk and grime up off of everything, and that's why we call this sort of the everything cloth. It's the cloth for everything now. What they're doing on the label now is they're just saying it's for everything, because really it is. It's for everything. It's for walls and floors and cabinets and sinks and bathtubs and tile and just cars and everything. Windows, everything. It's just everything. Cleans everything with what? Hot water. Hot water, y'all. And then you hang it up to dry on your little loop here. And the next day, it's not stinky. Why? Backlock. It's the backlock that's in this, and that is the microsilver that is embedded in this cloth that helps prevent the growth of bacteria on the cloth, which means it's not going to get that funky funk that all your cloths normally get. So you'll be using this for days on end, and this guy is still going to smell just fine. You're welcome. The Envirocloth. You need it. You need more than one, but you need at least one. Get one, and you're going to fall in love, and then you're going to need more. You're going to need one for every room, maybe two, because occasionally you will wash them. but you sure won't be washing them as often as you do your regular cloths. You're just going to use it again and again and again, and you're going to hang it to dry, and as it dries, that silver is going to go to work. Your Envirocloth. It's the cloth for everything. Let's move on. It's exciting, but we do have to move on because there are other things. Let's see what else have we got in here. I know what this is, and we got two of them actually. So let's just talk about them at the same time. This is the Forever bottle. Forever bottle. It is a glass spray bottle, and a lot of the Norwex cleaning products, you do a lot of your cleaning with just water, but for some of the harder jobs, there are still actual products, natural, non-toxic products that you can use, and they almost all come in concentrated form. And what do you do when you have a concentrate? You dilute. And how do you dilute it? In a spray bottle. What spray bottle, you ask? Your Forever bottle, which has this little silicone bumper booty to keep the glass protected. Not only that, but this Forever spray bottle has this little screen here. So flipped up, it acts like a regular spray bottle, you know, with spray and an on and off and everything. But this little screen here will help create foam. So when you want your cleaner to get that foaming action and that'll give it more sticking power to the surface, like say a bathroom cleaner on tile or your oven cleaner on the oven. This little guy is going to do the trick for you. So here you go, your Forever bottle. And I want to say that most of the concentrate bottles will make approximately 5 to 7 Forever bottles worth. And this is a 16-ounce bottle. Am I wrong about that? Yeah, because the pump one is 12 ounces and this is 16. Yeah, so this one is 16. So this one's going to last you a long time, but then you're just going to rinse and repeat, as it were, many, many times before you're ever going to be through with your one bottle of concentrate. So this comes in multiple colors. This one is white. And maybe you want to color code them for different rooms in the house, or coordinate them with your decor, whatever. This one is the gray one. Yes, this is gray. It also comes in a seafoam color, which is kind of like a slightly, and actually the color on this is not reading true. It's far more gray. The color of this is really a lot greener than this. It's reading on this camera. It's reading really blue, but it's kind of a seafoamy color. And in fact, I think that's what it's called, the other bumper. So we've got this light gray, and we've got white, and we've got that seafoam color for your Forever bottle. So they're super handy. And again, you're not just going to be throwing away a bunch of plastic. That's why they call it a Forever bottle, just in case you were wondering. Yep. That's why, because you just keep on using it and using it and using it. Okay, what else have we got in here? Let's get all this stuff out. What else have we got in here? Let's see. And of course, I will put links in the description box to these things, and I will also link to some of the products that you can use in your Forever bottle. Okay, what else have we got? Oh yes, of course, we also have some samples of Powerzyme. And Powerzyme is one of several different laundry detergents that Norwex has. And this is their newest one. It is an enzyme-based natural laundry detergent that really works. And it is, like many other Norwex products, super concentrated, which means you don't need to use a lot, which means, you know what else it means? It means that you do not have to have some 80-gallon jug to get you through the next 2 months of laundry in your laundry room because you're going to need a tiny amount of this. I think with the Powerzyme, I also used, I really like the Ultra Power Plus as well. With that, I'm using less than a teaspoon for an average size load of laundry. Now, I know you think that I said that wrong. No, I did not. No, I did not. I'll tell you, I've been using about half to 3/4 of a teaspoon of the UPP. I used 1 whole teaspoon for a really grungy load of a couple of throw rugs. Okay, throw rugs, y'all. That's why I went wild and used a teaspoon. The Powerzyme is not quite as concentrated. So for this, I'm using between 2 teaspoons and a tablespoon. It's still a tiny amount. But it is a little bit more than the UPP. But this has the enzymes that are going to go to work on your stains and your stink. So you can get this sample size so you can try it out and fall in love with it yourself. Or you can just get a larger bag of it and it's going to last you a long time. There's also a liquid laundry detergent, which is also enzyme based in case you like to have your laundry detergent in liquid form. But these are really handy in this sample size because you can take them with you, when you're traveling or wherever else you might do laundry on the go. Is that a thing? If it is a thing, here you go. Powerzyme in a sample packet. This will last you multiple loads. I don't know if that's a thing. We can make it a thing. All right, what else have we got in here? All right, well, I see the rubber brush, but I'm going to wait on that because we need to talk about that with something else. Here we go. Let's talk about this. Oh, somehow this lost its... Did this lose its guts? Oh, I see. Somehow it does not have the wrapper on it, but this is a Norwex hand towel. This was one of the sale colors, so I picked it up last month. But we have this in lots of colors, including but not limited to solids. But this is the Norwex hand towel. And like the other Norwex products, it is a premium microfiber, which is just going to hold on to so much. In this case, moisture, because it's a hand towel, for the bathroom. I mean, you can use it in the kitchen too, although there are kitchen towels specifically, but this is just a hand towel that you might use in your bathroom. And as with all things, Norwex, it has the back lock, which is the microsilver, which is going to inhibit the bacterial growth. So your hand towel is not going to get funky. See, and it even gives you a little clue here, hand. So you can hang it on the sloop or hang it over a bar, of course. But you'll be able to use this for days on end, really depending on your household, even maybe over a week. And it's not going to be funky. It's going to dry quickly and it's going to grab all that moisture from your hands. But also, okay, how many of y'all are really washing your hands for like the full 2 minutes that you're really supposed to get all this stuff off? Let's be honest. It's not always happening. You're just quick washing. Well, guess what? This is not only going to grab onto the moisture on your hands, it's going to grab onto the ick that's still on your hand. Just wipe it all off on your hands, and it's going to hold on to that. And then here's the real great thing. Next time somebody goes to wipe their hands off on this, that ick is not going to transfer back onto their hands. This is going to hold on to it. You're welcome. Hand towel. I'll put you a link in the description box for that. And related to that, there are also bath towels and also body and face pack. These are, the washcloths, if you will, of the Norwex bath line. And they come in a 3-pack. And they, like all the other Norwex microfiber, are premium microfiber. Now, the body and face ones are just a little bit softer. And I would say, so the thinnest ones, I think, are the solid ones. And those are about the same softness as these. Maybe a little softer. These are a teensy bit thicker than the solid ones. And then there are some that have a thinner stripe. And those are like fluffier. Are they thicker than this? Well, in some ways they feel thicker because they're fluffier, but those are really soft. So it's just, I mean, different people prefer different textures, and or maybe you just like the look of one over the other. Anyway, so this is, as with the other Norwex towels, this is going to do the same stuff for your face. You can wash your face with just hot water. That's right, I said it. You can wash your face with just hot water. And that premium microfiber, those microfibers, 1/200th the size of a human hair, what are they going to do? Grab on to bacteria that's on your face. Grab onto all the stuff and the gunk that's on your face. And then you're going to rinse it with hot water. And you're going to hang it dry on your handy dandy hanging loop right here. And it's going to self-purify as it dries. And then your washcloth is going to be good to go the next day. And it's not going to be all stinky and gross. It's not going to get the funk because of that silver that's in this washcloth. And so then, consequently, you don't need to have dozens and dozens of washcloths. You're using the same washcloth again and again for several days before you even need to wash it. So, there are a lot of options. There's also some Lyocell ones that are super soft. Some Ultra-Plush, which are super soft and thick. So there's a world of towels and hand towels and washcloths, aka the face and body pack, out there for you. Now let's move on to what is probably one of my favorite things, and that is the Superior mop system. And y'all, it is appropriately named. It is appropriately named because this mop system is superior. It is superior to what you have in your home, unless you have a Norwex mop. So here we go. Let's start with this handle. And this handle comes in 3 colors. Trying to get this guy out of here. This mop handle comes in 3 colors. And this color is the champagne and like rose quartz. You can see it's a little more pink than it is on the photo. It's a dusty pink, I would say. But this is the telescoping handle. It adjusts. It adjusts for even tall people, y'all. And it's easy, just, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And this will snap onto your mop base. It will also snap onto a couple of other things like the rubber brush, the outdoor broom, and a couple of tub and tile attachments. So a couple of great things about this. One, it is an adjustable handle, so you can adjust this to the right height for you. Y'all, I was 52 before I knew how to properly adjust my mop handle and not make my back get all crunky from leaning over. Here's the tip. You're going to adjust it so that the top of the handle is at your nose height. At nose height, you'll thank me later. Trust me. If you are not already doing that, if you did not already know that, welcome to the rest of your life. Also, this little guy right here, not only is it easy to hold on to, but it's also a little lip that you can use to lean this, like when you've shortened it, you can like hang it on the edge of your countertop. You can hang it on the top of a bookcase. That's what I've done. Or like a high cabinet door that's open. This is just basically a little lip that can be used to hang the mop handle on something. And then this guy right here is kind of rubbery. So he can be used, you turn the mop over and you can use it to rub out scuff marks on your floor. So there you go. This is the telescoping handle. Super handy for all kinds of things, including but not limited to this mop system. And let's find the mop base. Here it is. It's right in here. I think it is. Yes. In here. Let's get this out. It's a little tricky to get it out of here because you've got some... Oh, that was easier than I thought it was. this Velcro. Okay, now y'all have probably had some of these type mop. You've seen this style of mop, and it's got this Velcro or whatever, and that Velcro is pulling off, y'all. Everything that Norwex does is premium, okay? It may look similar to other things that you've seen out there. You've seen knockoffs, and you say, oh, yeah, but I can get that for less or whatever because it looks just like that. Looks are deceiving, y'all, because Norwex is premium. It's high quality through and through and through and through. This thing is going to last you for years and years and years. It's so lightweight. Not only that, but the swivel action on this thing is it's phenomenal. It makes mopping almost fun. That's what I'm saying. That's my new thing is it makes mopping almost fun. I mean, would you rather be sitting around eating bonbons and like sunbathing? Yeah, probably. That's more fun. But as fun as mopping can be, it is with the Norwex mop. So this is really thin. Also, do you see how this attaches just with these two little notches onto the mop handle? Do you see that? Your handle's going to go right there. You know what this means? This means you're going to get under those really low furniture, those low couches, and you're still going to be able to mop under there easily because this can get down so low. Also, you got a little lock feature here. Just pop that into place. Hope I can do it while I'm also balancing this. Yep, there it is. Pop that into place. So then it'll swivel this way, but not this way. This comes in handy if you are mopping your walls, dusting your walls, or using this mop base for doing larger windows because, yes, among other things, there is a window pad that goes on this mop base. This is a mop system, y'all, a mop system. So anyway, it's just, you pop it on easily. Okay, let's move on because I just could talk all day about this mop. As you probably already can say, you know, you're saying, yes, you're already talking all day about this mop. And you've barely just begun. Okay, so we have, what do we got? Okay, we have, oh, I have extra thing. Oh, no, I see what I've got. Okay, so we have a dry pad, all right? Now, in the other colors, these pads are different colors. But this is the dry mop pad. And so the dry mop pad and you'll see, the whole thing is Velcro. So you don't have to have it perfectly lined up. In fact, the base is smaller than the pad. And that's on purpose so you can just get more coverage. And also you can offset it a little bit. And then this can turn up and you can get like baseboards and stuff. So this is the dry pad that you're going to use for just sort of like light debris and dust to pick up, but also just kind of to rub out some of the grime to go before the wet portion of the mopping. This is like your pre-mopping, right? And this is, this, of course, I mean, and some people do use this slightly damp if they've got like some extra dust and debris. And then, again, just like the other Norwex, it contains the back lock. You're going to hang this up to dry. You can either just dust this off into the trash can, or you can actually rinse it off if, like me, you have pets and your floors are constantly filthy and your level of grime that this is picking up is greater than others. You're going to maybe just want to go ahead and rinse this off and hang it up to dry. It'll be dry the next day. And again, self-purifying with that back lock. So it's not going to be funky. So you'll use this again and again before you need to wash. And I said you'll dust it off into the trash can. You're not going to just pick this thing up and shaky, shaky, shaky into the trash. No. What you're going to want is your rubber brush, which is great for picking up hair and debris. But for this mop pad, for example, just going to brush it all off into the trash can. Easy peasy. And this will be another way to keep this lasting longer and keep this as clean as possible before you need to actually launder it, okay? So this rubber brush is super handy for lots of things, getting pet hair and other debris off of upholstery, clothing, whatever. But it's really, really great when used in conjunction with your mop pads. Okay, so that's your dry mop pad. What's next? Wet mopping. Wet mopping. If you guessed wet mopping, you are correct. Here we go. Here's your wet mop pad, which it's got a little bit more texture for picking up some extra stuff. You're going to get this guy wet with hot water, okay? And then you're just going to roll it up. And then you're going to squeeze it because you don't want it super sopping wet. You just want it, you know, just damp. And then you're going to slap this down on the floor and put your mop base on it. And you're going to go to town. And you're going to get all the dirt off. And then you're going to rinse it out. And then you're going to roll it up. And you're going to do it as many times as you need to. Honestly, this is going to cover a lot before you need to rinse out the pad. If you have super dirty floors, like I like to have, because I have a dog that loves to be in and out all day long. So just paws tracking in dirt all day long. Then you may have to rinse it more often just because there's just so much dirt that just gets in it. And then you just want to see how much dirt comes out of it. It's exciting. If you like watching a bunch of dirt come up out of your cleaning pads because you know that means it's off your floor, this is going to excite the tar out of you because you just watch all the stuff coming up out of it. When you rinse it with hot water, then that microfiber releases it again. So much dirt, y'all, and just hot water. And again, here you go. You've got your hanging loop. You're going to roll it up after you've rinsed it out for the final time. You're going to roll it up and squeeze it out and hang it to dry. And it's going to be good to go again and again and again. And it's not going to get that funk. Why? I'm sounding like a broken record here, but y'all, it's that backlog right there, that backlog. Okay, so you're not buying box after box after box of throwaway mop pads, which, let's face it, most of those other disposable mop systems, you having to go through multiple pads every time. If your floors are even remotely dirty, you've got to use multiple pads. And that adds up. That adds up, not to mention the waste. Okay, so, I forgot about this. All right, but this is another pad that actually was part of a promotion from last month, but these are available in a different color. This is another mop pad. This is the chenille dry mop pad, which I just call it the chenille dusting pad, really, because that's what it's good for. It's good for dusting because these little chenille fingers. There is also a fluffy duster that's just called the dusting mop pad that is a slightly different texture. It's not this chenille. I love chenille fingers, though. I just really do. I don't know why they make me as excited as they do. But it's the same idea. And this is really good for picking up bigger pieces of debris. A friend told me that she fell in love with this pad because it picked up some little tiny pieces of glass that she had missed when she had tried to sweep them up. She didn't see them under the floor, but she was worried that her dog would have gotten into that glass. But this guy picked it right up. And then, again, just like with the dry mop pad, how are you going to clean that off when it's all filled with dust and debris? You're just going to put it over the trash can and you're just going to brush it right out. And again, and that's going to keep you being able to go longer before you really have to launder this. And not because of the stink, I just mean because it's got the dirt and debris in it. Although, unlike other cloths, this is going to hang on to that dirt more. So it's not going to be redistributing that dirt like you have with other things that might seem similar to this. But again, also with this, did you guess backlog? Where is it? Does it say it on here? Oh, this is the promotional one. I don't think it says it on it, but it does. It has it in here. Some of the older labels do not show the backlog. But this same thing It has the back lock, and you are going to hang this up to dry, because I say dry because, you know, if you have like a little bit of something on your floor that's damp, or you can use this slightly wet, like you could mist this with water. And if you've got sort of that grimier dust, you know what I'm talking about? That sort of smeary, kind of caked on dust. A little bit of moisture will help you get that up a little bit better. This is also really great for dusting it up high on your walls, or you've got some cobwebs in the corners up near the ceiling because, you know, it was winter, but now it's time to spring clean. Here you go. And that telescoping mop handle is going to be perfect for that, for getting up into those high places. And you lock that mop base into place, and it's not going to be flopping all around for you. So this is a really great add-on. There is also a tile mop pad that I did not get in this order, but that I do have, that is extra thick and extra scrubby. And if you have tile floors or uneven floors, you really want to add that to your mop system at some point. So here we go, and this is the rubber brush. There is a package that comes with a rubber brush, or you can buy this separately. But the rubber brush is great, super handy to have. This guy right here is the same thing. This is the color that they normally come in, is this gray right here. This is just for the mini size, the small size mop. The size that I showed you, this other mop system, this is their regular size. There is an extra large. It is humongous. And I would honestly really only recommend it for somebody that has just enormously large open spaces, or just needs to just clean in record time or something, because the extra large does not come with other attachments. Like, it does not come with other pads, is what I mean to say. You can get the dry mop pad and the wet mop pad, but nothing else for the extra large. So really only use that just for like plain smooth floors that you just got to cover a lot of ground quickly. But the regular size, the large size, is going to be super versatile. It's going to have all the different attachments that you might want, and so too the small size. And the small size is great for someone who maybe has just a really small space, small house. Maybe you live in an RV or something, somewhere where just even, you know, the large mop would just be too much for your space. I also have a small mop that I have just for the kitchen. It's just my kitchen mop. And then I have an upstairs mop and a downstairs mop in the regular size. Why? Because I'm obsessed with the mop. Have I told y'all that already? Because I'm obsessed with the mop. So this is the same thing as the chenille dry pad. It's just for the small mop. Same everything else though. And then because we are on an chenille finger kick. Oh, this is them telling me that they ran out of the, Caribbean. That's the color of this Envirocloth, is the Caribbean. That was them telling me that they ran out of the malachite color. I knew that. It was okay. Also, when you get your mop system, you'll get this little guy right here that tells you all about your mop system, how to take care of it, how to put it together, etc. Tells you in Spanish and in English, whether you need both or not, or if you just want to practice the language that you don't know, you've got it right there. What else is in here? Oh, I see. Yeah, one more thing. Speaking of chenille, here we go. I have another one of these, and I love it. Oh, I think actually I got this as a hostess gift, but I'm still going to show you anyway, and then I'll just wrap it back up again. This is the Enviro wand. Specifically, this is the mini Enviro wand. That name should tell you that yes, it comes in another size. It also comes in a longer size that is not the mini Enviro wand. The regular Enviro wand is, gosh, twice this size, right? I think so. Yeah. Okay. So this is a great little duster. And this little mini size is great for getting in smaller spaces. So here we have our chenille fingers with this premium microfiber. We got the chenille fingers on this side, and then we've just got a smoother microfiber. But it's a fluffy, smooth microfiber on this side. If you have seen the dusting mitt, this is pretty much the same. It's the same texture right here as the dusting mitt. And a couple of great things about this. One, these little edges. It's going to be hard for me. I don't want to knock over the thing. But inside here, these little edges bend in. So if you're trying to get into like tighter spaces, this actually bends. So it's not going to break. It doesn't have to be, bigger than this, but this size right here, because this will scrunch into tighter spots. So these edges are flexible here, is what I'm trying to say. But also this right here, this comes off. I'm not going to try to do it right now because my little camera setup is tricky and I'm going to knock something over. I just know it. But this will come off and can be laundered. But just like with other things, when you've used it, if it's filled with dust, what are you going to do? You can take your rubber brush, dust it off, so you'll be able to use this again and again before you need to launder this sleeve. But there are replacement sleeves that you can get, yes, and there are also other sleeves that are in the fluffy texture that I mentioned. It's just, I feel like maybe like the two different textures kind of get different types of dust. And also, I think it's a personal preference. I really love the chenille. But the fluffy ones get a really kind of a fine dust. And this gets that sort of chunky, grimy dust. Does that make any sense? Am I the only one that makes sense to? Okay, and then here's the handle that comes with it. This is the multi-use handle. This multi-use handle will fit onto other things, including but not limited to your mop base. Yes, that's right. I said it. Where's the mop base? Is it underneath here? Where did I put that mop base? Oh, here it is. Oh, right here. So this multi-use handle will also, yes, fit on your mop base. So you can use it for sort of handheld mopping, mop your windows, your walls, your glass, whatever, dust, whatever. So you can use the same mop base with your multi-use handle. And let me show you something else about this multi-use handle. Oh, there's some dog fur that I already got on it. Good grief. This opens up and you got this little teeny tiny dusting brush. This is just for sort of detail in between the keys on your keyboard. Inside of I can't think of anything right now. There are a bajillion things. I just can't think of any of those things right now. But those teeny tiny spaces where you need to brush and dust, here you go. It's on board right here. And so you don't need to take that around with you because it's already coming around with you in this handle. So there you go. That is the mini Enviro wand. Gosh, I love this thing. I also have the full-size one. The full-size one also has replacement sleeves, and it also comes with the fluffy sleeve as well. So you've got options, y'all. But again, just like those other dusters that shall remain nameless that have the disposable dusting pads, you have to blow through so many in one dusting session. With this, one, maybe two dusting pads is all you're going to need. I mean, I only have one for mine right now, but I am going to get another one just because that's how I am. But honestly, if you're a true minimalist, you can get away with just one. You just need the one, and then maybe you want the fluffy one as well, just so you'll have the different textures. But there you go. I'm going to put all of, here it is. It's all nicely wrapped up again because that will, Oh, let's get all that debris off. This will eventually be a host gift for someone that hosts a future party. Anyway, there you go. The Superior Mop System and the Mini Enviro Wand and the chenille dry pad, the face and body cloths, the Norwex towel, the Envirocloth, the Powerzyme, and the Forever bottles. I will put all these links in the description box. And I think that this was unboxing number 10, as I said, but I could be wrong about that. I have one more small box to unbox, so I'm going to close this out. Boy, this video got longer than I expected. I hope y'all know, I'm sure you know, that you can speed up videos, so you will not have to take as many minutes out of your life as if you have it on the regular speed. If you're like, this gal is talking too slowly about her mop, I gotta make her go faster. You can do that. That's the beauty of YouTube. Okay, one more box to go. I'll see y'all in the next unboxing.